The vet didn't yell. She didn't panic. She just looked at me and said quietly, "Chocolate didn't kill your dog. Waiting did." And that sentence changed everything I thought I knew. I used to laugh when people said, "Never give your dog chocolate." It sounded dramatic, overprotective, like one of those rules made for bad owners, not people like me. I loved my dog. I spoiled him. I paid attention. So there was no way I could be the kind of owner who messed up like that. It was a regular night. Nothing special. Just me on the couch, half watching TV, unwrapping a chocolate bar. He was next to me. Not begging, not whining. Just there. Calm. Trusting. One square slipped from my hand. He caught it midair like it was a game. I froze for half a second. Then I laughed. I told myself the same lie most owners tell themselves. It's a tiny piece. He's not a small dog. People exaggerate. I wanted this to be nothing. I needed it to be nothing. So I decided it was. An hour passed. Nothing happened. That silence felt like proof. Then came the pacing. Not frantic, just restless. Back and forth, room to room, like he forgot why he stood up. I noticed it and ignored it, because if you admit something is wrong, you also admit it might be your fault. Another 30 minutes. His breathing changed. Not loud, just faster. I put my hand on his chest. His heart felt like it was running from something. Still, I waited, because I was waiting for certainty. Here's the part nobody warns you about. Chocolate doesn't attack dogs like poison in movies. It doesn't strike fast. It builds. While you're watching TV, while you're scrolling, while you're telling yourself, he seems okay. His body is quietly failing. Around midnight, his legs started shaking. Not dramatic shaking, the kind that makes you question yourself. Is he cold? Is he anxious? Am I overreacting? So I did what most people do. I Googled it. That's when fear stopped being theoretical. Every article said the same thing in different words. Chocolate affects the heart, the nervous system. The damage isn't instant, which means waiting feels logical and deadly. I stayed awake, watching him breathe, counting seconds like that would somehow control the outcome. At 2:46 a.m., he vomited. At 3:17 a.m., he collapsed. I've never driven that fast in my life. Every red light felt like betrayal. Every empty street felt too slow. He wasn't strong. He wasn't brave. He was confused. And that was worse. The emergency vet took him from my arms without saying much, just nodded and disappeared behind a door. No updates, no comfort, just waiting. Funny how waiting is what started the problem, and now it was all I could do. 42 minutes later, the vet came back. She didn't sugarcoat it. Chocolate toxicity, heart overstimulation, neurological stress. And then she said the sentence that burned into my memory. Most dogs don't die from chocolate. They die because their owners wait to be sure. That's the truth nobody wants to hear, because the real danger isn't chocolate. It's ego. It's ego. It's the belief that love automatically protects. He survived, not because I handled it well, not because I knew better, but because at the last possible moment, I stopped waiting. Now, every time someone jokes about giving their dog just a little chocolate, I see that night. The pacing, the shaking, the silence. Chocolate doesn't care how much you love your dog. It doesn't care how small the piece was. And it doesn't warn you in ways that feel urgent. It waits for you to underestimate it. So, if you remember one thing from this story, remember this. If your dog eats chocolate, the clock is already ticking, even if everything looks fine. The mistake isn't the chocolate. The mistake is waiting for proof that something is wrong, because by the time it's obvious, it's already dangerous. And that's the lesson most owners learn too late.